Hello everybody and welcome back to Archon Welding. You join me in what I like to say is hopefully the new formats of videos that I'm going to be doing. So as a lot of you know, I still work in a fab shop, but I also do a lot of mobile welding work on my own, and this here is one of them projects. So I was out in Cambridge. We had to, I believe it was taking out some old gas pipes, redirecting it to go through 2 governors and a meter, and reinstalling it. So it involved basically one 8-inch flange to be welded on, as well as this T you can see now. None of the flanges are welded on this T just because the way how the pipe was running, it was running towards the wall. So we didn't want to basically weld everything up and then it being pissed. So that's where I come in. I am basically third wheeling it on this job. I'm trying to obviously give as much help as I can, but any help I am giving is obviously just getting in the way of the 2 boys who do this every day. So you can see the old gas meter above my head. That's coming out. Two governors are going in. The governors, they control the pressure, and a new regulator is in it. Something to do with how this system was installed. It didn't quite have all of the correct things that you need, such as test points before and after valves, for example. There's no bypass in case this meter ever goes bad. So yes, I don't know the full ins and outs. Obviously I'm just coming there as the welder, and I've worked with these guys a few times before. So yeah, it was a good little job to do. Like I said, it was all the way over in Cambridge, so for me, I cover Berkshire. It was about a 2 and a bit hour drive for me. Started in the morning, left about 3 o'clock. They managed to get all of this work done, so one of them was there, I believe, around 7 o'clock, and then by 2:30 it was getting tested. One of the things that impressed me, you know, as a yard boy, I don't really go on site much, was the way how they decommissioned this section of pipe to get rid of the gas. It was vented to atmosphere, which was a surprise to me. I would have thought there would be some kind of specialness going on, some kind of recovery, but no, it was vented to atmosphere through a flue that just went to a well ventilated area. So you've noticed the recording is a little bit dodgy in this video, and that's basically because recording things is a little bit of a privilege to do while you're getting paid to do a certain job. Although I'm there to weld, I'm not going to not help, and I'm not going to watch people struggle. So it was a case of not spending too much time being the cameraman and actually getting in there to help. And also, I'm a little bit shy when it comes to recording out in public. Think about this: if you're out on the street, you wouldn't want to be shoving your camera in everyone's face, and the camera that I use isn't a phone, it's a big old digital camera. So I'm a little bit reluctant sometimes to just be having the camera out and pointing it in people's face. But back to the video. So we dry runned everything, and we found that it's not quite fitting. So you can see how it's running towards the wall. So they've loosened off the flange that connects to the solenoid that controls, which basically is like a valve, electronically controlled valve. So they've loosened that off, pulled it away from the wall. They've used like a jack to pull it back. Just checking the measurement now before lifting up the pipe, and it was bang on. It was then where I come into things, where I'll be welding it in a second. So it was lifted back up into place. Bolts was to hold it. The slip-on flange is bolted to the pipe that's being lifted. It's just easy way of fabricating it, and then I can tack it after, and no one has to worry about leveling it or checking the bolt holes or anything, because we know it fits. So 4 bolts hold it temporarily. I can't even say the word. But yes, that is a MIG welder that you see. I am going to be working on a review of this welder. It's probably going to come out after this. It's a new Kempe welder I have. A single phase pulse MIG welder. 200 amps. It's got... Let me say that again. Single phase pulse MIG welder. So there's almost no spatter when you're working, when you're welding, which is why I like the pulse. When you're using just non-pulse machines, I really don't like them. My Fronius that you may have seen in some previous videos, that's a synergic machine, no pulse. I'm gonna get rid of it now that I have this Kempe one. It just welds so much more nicer. Eventually I will be getting a full size MIG welder for pipes, but it's nice to have this Kempe to come on site. Yes, I could stick weld it, but that's not my bread and butter. I am very hit and miss sometimes when it comes to stick welding, so I'm not even gonna lie, I wouldn't want to do that unless I absolutely have to. What I could have done was TIG. I would have TIGged it, but then again, it's just the time it takes versus MIG. It's a no-brainer to just MIG weld it. So MIG is what I chose. I can carry it on site, and I've got thousands of hours of experience MIG welding, so I'm just gonna do what I like to do. So these are the settings that I was running through. You know, it's got a beautiful setting that just, you put in the parameters, the type of weld that you're doing and all sorts, and it presets the machine, and you just have to adjust it ever so slightly to dial it into what you're comfortable and used to welding. So this was an overhead weld. It came out nice. I do believe I'll show what it looks like later on in the video. The camera does stop recording at a certain point as well, which was a little annoying. But yeah, inside was done at the bottom, and the pulse weld on top, it was like a 12mm fillet weld going all the way around, nice and thick. I don't know if you can hear the noise, but it's got the pulse hum. Quick little equipment that I'm using. I was using the Optional Swiss Air respirator and the Speed Glass, I think FX 900, I believe, the flip up one without the respirator stuff. But yeah, you can see a little bit of cleanup needs to be done, but there's a nice old fillet of weld on there. It's all low pressure, the whole system. Apparently it was something like, the operating pressure is like 100 millibar or something like that, just a fraction of a bar. So yeah, here it is, it's done. So there's a new meter on the right and two governors that basically control the pressure of gas that goes into all of these, that went to all of them boilers. So from what they were saying, the boilers want low pressure going into it, and then by the boiler is a booster that boosts the pressure back up to what it should be. Now it's the last 3 welds. So imagine stick welding these versus MIG welding or TIG welding. You can see the beauty of MIG, just bang it in there, no problem. This was able to be installed perfectly fine. We was thinking that possibly snapping a tack or two just to rotate it, but where it came from, the prefab shop that it came from, it was absolutely fine. And yeah, it's just wrapping up now. It was a fun job, nice to get out of the factory every now and again, test out the new welding machine and get some experience on site basically. So this hopefully going forward will be more of the type of videos that I'm producing, because I am slowly starting to work for myself. And hopefully soon I'll be at a position where I have enough work, where I won't be going back to the prefab factory. So yeah, anyway guys, leave in the comments some tips and anything like that, and thank you for watching. To the boys on site, you're a pleasure to work with, and with that being said, I will see you lot in the next one.